Maytag washers enter flood mode as a safety measure when excess water is detected, indicated by flood on the display. The drain pump runs continuously to prevent water damage. If the pump runs but the washer remains stuck, it often points to sensor issues, clogs, or control board malfunctions. Begin with a simple reset. Unplug the washer from the power outlet for 5 to 10 minutes to clear temporary glitches in the system. Then plug it back in and attempt to restart a wash cycle. This power cycle often resolves minor electronic errors that trigger flood mode. When your Maytag washer is stuck in flood mode, common obstructions can prevent proper draining. Start by inspecting the drain hose for kinks or blockages that may impede water flow. Next, locate the drain pump filter at the bottom front of the washer, behind an access panel. Clean it by removing any debris like lint, coins, or small objects that could be causing a clog. The flood sensor in a Maytag washer is typically a float switch or pressure transducer located under the drum. Inspect the flood sensor carefully for mineral buildup or corrosion that could cause it to malfunction. Clean the sensor gently using a soft cloth dampened with vinegar to dissolve any mineral deposits or corrosion. Finally, examine the wiring connections to the flood sensor for any signs of damage, corrosion, or loose connections that could affect its operation. To access diagnostic mode and read error codes on your Maytag washer, start by locating the control panel. The process varies by model, so check your user manual for specific instructions. Step 1. Press and hold specific buttons on the control panel. A common combination is Start, Pause, and Cycle Select, held together for 3 seconds. This enters diagnostic mode. For example, press and hold Start, Pause, plus another button like Extra Rinse for 3 seconds until the display changes. Step 2. Once in diagnostic mode, use buttons to navigate to the error code section. The display will show codes like F followed by numbers. Common codes related to flood mode include F50 for drain failure and F51 for flood detection. These indicate issues that need attention. For instance, F51 specifically relates to flood detection, as shown here. Always refer to your user manual for model-specific code meanings and troubleshooting steps. If resets and sensor checks fail, a faulty control board might be the cause. This is more common in models over 5 years old, accounting for 60% of flood mode cases. Here is a close-up of a typical control board with electronic components. This image shows the board in its casing, where dust and corrosion can build up over time. Replacing the control board can be a solution, but it's an advanced repair. Consider consulting a professional appliance technician for diagnosis and replacement to avoid further damage. In 2024, Whirlpool issued a recall for certain Maytag washers due to faulty water inlet valves. Affected models include MVWB 835DW and similar units manufactured between 2018-2022. Faulty inlet valves can leak water, triggering flood mode as a safety response. This prevents potential damage by halting operations and activating the drain pump. If your washer shows signs of leaking or enters flood mode unexpectedly, it may be affected by this recall. Leaks can cause water buildup that activates the safety mode. Contact Whirlpool for free repair or replacement if your unit is affected. Check your model number and manufacturing date to see if it qualifies. To prevent future flood mode issues, start by regularly cleaning the drain pump filter every 3 to 6 months. This removes debris and hair that can clog the system and cause drainage problems. Monthly inspections of hoses are crucial. Check for signs of wear like cracks, kinks, or bulges, especially at connections. Replace worn hoses immediately to avoid water damage. Never overload your washer. Follow the manufacturer's load guidelines to avoid straining the drain pump and causing premature wear that could activate flood mode. For washers in humid environments, place a dehumidifier nearby to maintain low humidity. This prevents corrosion on sensors and electrical components that can cause false flood mode triggers. Finally, stay informed about recalls and firmware updates for your specific model. Visit Maytag's website or use their app to check for improvements that can prevent flood mode issues.